Hello and welcome to an Uber Drivers Week Friday, or day 5 of the week. I'm Paul, the guy behind Driving Mall, a rugby pundit and Uber driver. And in this show I'll talk about how my Friday went. So, how did it go? The first thing is, so let's just a quick reminder of what I expect my days to be. I expect my days to be sort of 9 till 2 in the daytime when my girls are at school, and then again in the evening from about 7:30ish till about 10:30. So in all, about 8 hours, and I reckon I can earn, as a par, about $20 an hour, so $160 for a day. Basically $100 during the daytime and then another $60 in the evening. Now it doesn't obviously work out that way because of the trips you get and the surge pricing and all these other sort of nuances, but that's, as a kind of rule of thumb, that's what I'm aiming for. So how did I go on Friday? Well, I earned $115.90. So on the face of it, you'd say that actually I was under by quite a long way. But in reality, I only got online for 4 hours and 20 minutes. And that's because I'm having to do, at the moment, they're changing the laws in New Zealand. And so I had to get 2 fixing points in my boot to allow the cargo net to cover luggage, because apparently a hatchback is legal or safe for private use. But without a luggage barrier is not safe for commercial use, which just seems strange to me. I think it should either be safe or not safe either way. I'm not saying which one is right, but I just think it should be the same, whether it's for a kind of taxi-like service or a sort of small passenger service, that it should be that whatever's safe for people as privately should be safe as a taxi. If it's not safe for people privately, then they should change those laws. So anyway. That meant I had to get 2 hooking points added in, which cost me $115, but also took out most of my morning. And then I went and got my, once I got that in, I could go and get my certificate of fitness, which, with those costs on top, added up to $111.83 I had to spend yesterday because today's Saturday, sorry, I'm recording, on Friday, to as one-off costs. And that should be good through until sort of April next year. So 6 months basically, and then I have to spend like $60, $70 again to get another certificate of fitness to make sure my car is safe. So $115.90, considering that I was only on the road for 4 hours and 21 minutes, is $27 an hour. So actually it was a pretty good day. I still racked up 10 trips because I got lucky in the hour I got between finishing off the COF and picking up my girls. And I got 3 back-to-back trips, which helped, and 2 of them on surge pricing as well. So managed to get 5 trips in that hour, which was very good, and then 10 trips over the day. So I guess the lesson here was that yes, you can earn a lot more than that $20 an hour. I got $35, I think it was, in that hour or hour and a half, hour and a bit. So yeah, you can do if you are in the right place at the right time. The other one is that big long trips really can help. I got my longest trip ever yesterday, from the centre of town all the way out to Clevedon, if you know Auckland, and that was a $70 trip for him. I got $53 out of that. It took a whole 41 minutes. It was a long way. We were a good 20 k's away from the motorway when I got back down there. It really wasn't at the back ends of nowhere. No lights, no street lights, no risk of flooding and all those sorts of things around the place as well. So, long trips also do help rack up the dollars. And yes, it was a long drive back. It took me about half an hour perhaps to get my next, my last as it was, journey. But still, that was an hour, and for an hour and a half, getting $53 is definitely above that $20 an hour rate that I was talking about. So, it's an hour and a quarter, sorry. So in the end, that was a very good trip. So long trips do help, especially if you're on the motorway, because you get paid by how far you go with a passenger, essentially. Yes, if you're sat in traffic, you do get paid for being stationary, but it's not a very high rate. It's about moving. So that's that distance that really racks up the dollars. And so that was a very good trip for me. So all in all, Friday was a good day, productive, because I got my P endorsement. I got my car altered. I got my certificate of fitness. All I'm waiting for now is my P endorsement to come through, which I applied for on Tuesday. You can go back and watch that video if you like. And then I'll be all ready for the 28th, which is basically 7 days' time, Otherwise I won't be able to, otherwise I'll get cut off the app basically. So that was all very good, and as you can see, even though I've had all these costs this week, overall I've made $567. I've had to spend over $319.53 in one-off costs. That's for medical, P endorsement, car alterations, certificate of fitness. And it's cost me $96 sorry, in petrol. So my overall cost this week about being about $400. I've made $567. So as you can see, even with the big one-off costs that should do me for either for 6 to 12 months, some of those costs will before they come around, or never actually. In the case of the hook fixing points, I'm still up. So clearly, that's got to be a good thing. Obviously, the cost of the car and all that kind of stuff aren't taken into account, but I owned my car before I started this anyway. So if you'd like to become an Uber driver, then please use my referral code, Paul, P-A-U-L-B, 47554UE. And it's also in the comments below, as is the link. Basically, if you make 20 trips, we both make a bit of extra cash. Simple as that. The promotion changes from time to time, and it will change depending on which city it is in the world. So yes, you don't have to be in Auckland to use that code. You can be anywhere globally. So feel free to go and use that. Thank you for watching. Please do subscribe. I've got 2 more days of my an Uber Drivers Week to go. And also you can always go back and watch the intro to see what it's all about. I've also got other videos coming up, so Uber stories, of things that happened to me or passengers on my trips, and or stories I've heard from them. Also, there is Uber Driver Essentials. There'll be 5 business lessons from Uber driving, etc. So there's going to be a whole bunch of other Uber videos coming up, so do stick around for those.